How apparel sector can leverage out of this so much of uncertainties in the world?
The Bangladeshi apparel industry is positioned really well. I think there is work that needs to be done in four broad areas. First is the need to move to higher value apparel. Second thing I'd say is geographic diversification. So move while continuing to focus on Europe and the US, start embedding yourself in the Asian value chains and focusing on the Asian market. The third thing I'd say is circularity of supply chains. And the final thing, focus on productivity is very, very important.
What are the potentials you see Bangladesh have beyond ready-made garments?
I don't think Bangladesh needs to focus necessarily on high technology products. For now, one, I'd say the pharma industry. And I think the other one I talk about is light engineering more generally. And this could include furniture, footwear, industries.
How is HSBC adopting the trade environment changes?
Our fundamental job, the way we see it, is to help our clients connect with the rest of the world.
If you could, give Bangladesh government one suggestion.
I think what businesses, what industry wants, investors want, is policy certainty. Don't try and do too many things. Identify what are 3 or 4 pockets that you want to focus on and then go all in on that.
দর্শক টিভিএস স্পেশাল শোতে আপনাদের সবাইকে স্বাগত জানাচ্ছি আমি সাজ্জাদুর রহমান। দর্শক আজকে আমাদের সঙ্গে গেস্ট হিসেবে আছেন আদিত্য গেহলত, ম্যানেজিং ডিরেক্টর অ্যান্ড রিজিওনাল হেড অফ গ্লোবাল ট্রেড সলিউশনস ফর এইচএসবিসি এশিয়া মার্কেট। সো দর্শক, আমরা জানি যে এইচএসবিসি ইজ দ্য লার্জেস্ট ট্রেড ব্যাংক ইন দ্য ওয়ার্ল্ড, অফকোর্স এশিয়া, এবং বাংলাদেশে তাদের প্রেজেন্সও ফর মেনি ডিকেডস। অ্যান্ড বাংলাদেশের যে এই যে গ্রোথ, আমরা যদি বলি যে অ্যাপারেলের এক্সপোর্ট, তো এগুলোর সাথে কিন্তু আসলে এইচএসবিসির খুব ক্লোজ রিলেশন, ইন্টিগ্রেটেড একটা রিলেশনশিপ আছে। সো আমরা মিস্টার আদিত্য বাংলাদেশ ভিজিট করছেন এই মুহূর্তে, তো আমরা তার সঙ্গে ইন্টারভিউ করছি এবং দর্শক আমরা আমাদের এই আলোচনা আপনাদের সাথে শেয়ার করব। সো মিস্টার আদিত্য, ওয়েলকাম টু বাংলাদেশ।
Thank you, Sajjad.
Yeah. So we all know the present global and regional situation, and trade is being disrupted because of many things, Middle East war, and before Russia-Ukraine war, COVID, and everything for the last 5 years. And things are getting critical and more uncertain day by day. So what do you say? Bangladesh's largest export sector is apparel. So what is your suggestion? How can this apparel sector can leverage out of this so much of uncertainties in the world?
So Sajjad, thank you. I think so the first thing, the world of trade is seeing very significant shifts in terms of where trade is taking place, what is being traded, and how trade is taking place. And this is driven by investment in new technologies. You've got changing consumer behavior, there's geopolitics, there's tariff. And you talk about the Bangladeshi apparel corporates. As supply chains shift, I think the Bangladeshi apparel industry is positioned really well to capture that opportunity. And there are a few reasons for that. One, the industry's got scale. The industry has established buyer relationships. There's a very, very strong track record in green certification. And of course, you can't forget the fact that in terms of labor cost, it's still one of the lowest cost labor markets, right? In terms of labor cost. Now, that said, I think there is work that needs to be done in 4 broad areas if the industry really wants to take advantage of these shifting supply chains. I think first is the need to move to higher value apparels and essentially increasing the share of man-made fibers in the total mix. So I'm talking about outerwear, activewear, technical textiles, essentially all areas where design, skilled manpower, fabric technology plays a much bigger role.
Yes.
I think the second thing I'd say is geographic diversification. So move while continuing to focus on Europe and the US, start embedding yourself in the Asian value chain. So we're seeing intra-Asia trade is growing 2 times faster than world trade.
Okay.
And focusing on the Asian market, either through execution of FTAs with markets such as China, India, Singapore, Malaysia, I think is very, very important. So secure greater market access beyond just the US and Europe. The third thing I'd say is circularity of supply chains. Increasingly, we find buyers to be finding sustainable business practices important. And Bangladesh has a very strong track record in that. And I think that momentum needs to continue either in terms of having the right labor conditions, the percentage of recycled content that's there in the products, digital traceability, because that's becoming increasingly important. And the fourth thing and the final thing for me is, while cost is not the biggest factor anymore, it will always be an important factor. And hence focus on productivity is very, very important. And the only thing I'll say there is continue to focus on automating processes in the industry, whether it's, AI-enabled quality control or other parts of the manufacturing process. I think the focus that the Bangladesh apparel industry needs to have is not necessarily how you automate to reduce the number of workers, but how can you generate more value for the same workers?
Right. Thank you. What are the potentials you see Bangladesh have beyond ready-made garments? What are some other sectors?
Yeah. So look, I think the first thing and important to qualify is not necessarily go beyond the ready-made garment industry.
Wait, plus.
Yes, upgrade the ready-made garment industry, as well as focus on some industries where, again, I don't think Bangladesh needs to focus necessarily on high technology products for now, but more products where there is a synergy to, let's say, the strengths that you have in the apparel industry.
Right.
And I'll probably talk about 2. I think you could do 3 or 4, but if I had to talk about 2, one, I'd say the pharma industry.
Right.
And the reason I say that is because Bangladesh already has a very large manufacturing base of the pharma industry. It has a big consumer market. So the understanding of what goes behind the scenes in the pharma industry to be successful in even using that for exports is already there. So I'd say that's one industry. And I think the other one I talk about is light engineering more generally. And this could include furniture, footwear, industries where these are not high tech, these are low tech industries, and hence processes which are similar to, say, the apparel industry. The fact that the labor conditions, labor cost is still a significant advantage would be important and better areas to focus on for the next phase of growth.
Right. How is HSBC adopting the trade environment changes?
So I think our fundamental job, the way we see it, Sajad, is to help our clients connect with the rest of the world, right? So the first things first, what we offer to our clients is a full suite of products and solutions which can help them trade with the rest of the world. So that's the first thing. Now, what are these 2 or 3 things where corporates typically need help from banks? As the level of uncertainty in the markets increased over the last 4-5 years, I see corporates asking us for help in one of 3 broad areas. It could be one or more, but 3 broad areas. The first thing is corporates are increasingly waking up to the amount of capital they realize is trapped in their working capital cycle.
Okay.
So they need banks to help them unlock that capital. The second is corporates are increasingly requiring help and support from banks, not just for their own operations, but their entire ecosystem, which includes their suppliers and their buyers. And then the third thing, I talked about uncertainty earlier. The third thing is, as corporates deal with new counterparties, as corporates to build demand resilience, go into newer markets, how do you manage the risks associated with that? So these are three broad areas where banks need to support corporates. And HSBC, given the products and solutions we have, we feel are very well positioned to help corporates, right? So we've got whether it's our strength in documentary trade products, which can help our clients mitigate the counterparty risk as they shift supply chains. We've got a team of sector experts who are able to provide structured working capital solutions such as supply chain finance, asset-backed lending, contract monetization, which help not just our corporate clients, but their entire ecosystem. Yes. I talked about corporates dealing with uncertainty. We've got products such as receivable finance, which can help clients manage risk associated with new buyers and entering new geographies. Right. And I think the biggest strength I feel we have is the network that we have, right? Because it's not just about what we can support our corporates in their market, but it's also about being able to link them with corporates or counterparties in other markets. It's also about sharing best practices from corporates in other markets, from corporates in the same sector with them. And I think, that makes me quite comfortable given the uncertainty on HSBC being very well positioned to cater to what our clients need in times like these.
Yes, fantastic. Last question, just. If you could, give Bangladesh government one suggestion, what it would be?
So I'd say, I'll make a broader one, Sajad, because a long list will take a long time. I think what businesses, what industry wants, investors want, is policy certainty. Okay. Right? I think there is, for most economies, there are a lot of challenges that they need to grapple with. And hence, prioritizing too many things can be difficult. I say this not just for, say, the regulators in Bangladesh. I hold this view for our bank also, and for industry in general. I think there's a need to identify what your core strengths are and try and focus on that. So don't try and do too many things. Identify what are 3 or 4 pockets that you want to focus on, and then go all in on that.
Thank you, Mr. Aditya.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
So দর্শক, আমরা আলোচনা করলাম মিস্টার আদিত্যের সঙ্গে। HSBC-র ম্যানেজিং ডিরেক্টর হিসেবে আছেন এশিয়ান মার্কেটে, এবং ট্রেডের ব্যাপারে উনি এক্সপার্ট, এবং আসলে বর্তমান প্রেক্ষাপটের এবং বিশ্বব্যাপী যেটা চলছে, এবং আসলে বাংলাদেশের সেখানে কোথায় অপরচুনিটিজ আছে, এবং বাংলাদেশ কী ধরনের পলিসি নেওয়া উচিত, পলিসি আনসার্টেনটি যে পয়েন্টটা উনি রেজ করলেন, যে বাংলাদেশের জন্য এটা একটা আসলে স্পেশালি ফরেন ইনভেস্টরদের জন্য কিন্তু এই পলিসি আনসার্টেনটি, ইভেন ফর লোকাল ইনভেস্টর, এই পলিসি আনসার্টেনটি কিন্তু এটা একটা বিগ ইস্যু, যে পয়েন্টটা উনি এখানে বারবার বলার চেষ্টা করছেন। সো দর্শক, আমরা মিস্টার আদিত্যের সঙ্গে আলোচনা করলাম এবং আপনাদের সঙ্গে শেয়ার করলাম। আমাদের আলোচনা ভালো লাগলে লাইক করবেন, শেয়ার করবেন। আপনাদের সবাইকে ধন্যবাদ।